Molson, everyone in. 2-1 overtime victory for Minnesota back on November the 3rd when they were the hottest team out of the gate this year. Out comes Tanev. Over the line comes Robertson. His shot, there's the first of the game. Turned aside by Gustavsson. There's Devon Shore over the line. He'll play it back. Declan Chisholm with a shot right on. Wool's got his first stop of the night.
A 7-2 run for the Minnesota Wild, but 2-5 now in the last 7.
Runs off the side of the net. Oliver Ekman-Larsson across, and that'll be lofted back in by Tanev as change is underway, but Matthews stays out, got it in front. Here's Marner. Hines rather outspoken when the losing streak gathered momentum. Here's Marner putting it right on a rebound, back in on Gustavsson. But played out by Bogosian, a lead feed, and here's Khusnutdinov over the line. Devon Shore, the Ajax Pickering product, it's in front, scores! Khusnutdinov has broken the ice tonight, and a fourth-line goal for Minnesota.
Now that's his first in 23 games for Khusnutdinov, and you're right, a line that doesn't get a whole lot of ice time. It keeps the play, has a quick little look with the drop pass. Shore gets stripped of the puck here, but it's Morgan Riley fighting there with Lauko, and Lauko just pushes him off the puck. You know, lost it on his forehand and then gets pinned to the boards, and everyone's just a little bit late. Holmberg a little late reacting. Thought that Riley would need an outlet. Instead, it's Khusnutdinov aggressive with the puck, get the speed up. That goal has gone to the legs of the Wild here, and it's time for the Maple Leafs to counter.
Schmidt working his way in, got a shot away, and now Robertson up with the rebound and plays that off the glass, bouncing it down into the Minnesota zone. Battle for it, and it's taken away by Robertson. Spinning a backhand, and that just missed. A dangerous play by Nick Robertson. In front again, stopped by Gustavsson. And 5 members of the Wild will be headed to the Four Nations, representing Sweden and the U.S. Here's Matthews from a sharp angle. It's loose in front. McMahon tied up, and it flips over top of the net. Marner steers it back to Tanev. McMahon's deflection doesn't get through. They try to spring Boldy down the ice, and a sharp angle shot stopped by Wool.
Great stick there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Might have stopped that breakaway from happening.
There's Marner centering, picked off by Eriksson Ek, and back the other way, Zuccarello into the middle. Middleton moves up. His shot off the blocker of Wool. Lighter weight mounts. There's Robertson back to Myers, let it go. And that's steered off the blocker of Gustavsson. In behind the net, Pacioretty battling for it. Minton unable to come up with it. And there's Middleton on it. And Middleton can't clear, kept in by Robertson. Pacioretty, and that's shouldered away as Minton found Pacioretty loose. Ekman-Larsson able to recover, and now Nylander to work. Here's Nylander from his knees. A sprawling shot that tests Gustavsson. Deepest men on that potential attack for Minnesota, the 2 defensemen. And now played in by Eriksson Ek. And he'll fire that to the first time he was ever in this building. It was back in early November 2003. And there's a goal off a bouncing shot by Spurgeon. 5 seconds into the power play, and Minnesota leads by 2.
Well, just the tip in the high area, and that's one Wall just couldn't find through. A good effort off the faceoff. This time they win the draw cleanly, get to the front, and whose stick does it hit? Almost looked like it hit Austin Matthews by the reaction of Rossi. Rossi was behind it. Did Matthews try to knock it? Yeah, it was. A one-hopper right up over the stick and between the legs of Wall. You could see his reaction.
McCabe up there by Shore. Minton off the boards. Came back to him, and now Jake McCabe. That hits the skate of Robertson, turned over in front, and Wall across to save what looks like a sure goal. Holmgren will flip that into the slot. Domi there to take it away. There's Domi from Holmberg. Short side save by Gustavsson. It came as part of a little more urgency at the end of the opening period. It's the third time this year the Leafs have trailed 2 or 3-0 after one. Remember 3-0 in Montreal before.
No question, like to see a little bit more intensity and speed in the Leafs game to this point.
Much anticipated Saturday night showdown in Edmonton against the Oilers. Matthews tries to center, comes back to the line. Ekman-Larsson tipped in front, Marner, and now Matthews, and he can't get it to the back of the net. Knocked off his stick by Chisholm, and a quick counter here. Hartman to Rossi and back. Hartman plays it across to Foligno, who fanned on that pass, and now flips it into the glove. Stood up there by Myers. Ogren along the boards. Back to John Merrill. In and around to the other side. The former Nashville Predator Trennan laid it to the point. That shot right on. Taken out along the boards. And here's Tanev moving up. Lawrence feeds back. Camp covering the point. It'll be Ekman-Larsson right on. Reeves on the doorstep. And so Matthews goes forward on the draw. Centered it, but Marner unable to come up with it. McCabe right on, and that'll be absorbed by Gustavsson. Boldy over the line, returning it to Zuccarello. Far side, Jake Middleton. 7 goals for Middleton on the year. Faber from distance right on, and Middleton in deep looking for the rebound. Riley trying to tie him up. Zuccarello's on it. Back to the line. Middleton was headed off, but gets one more shot on goal in front. Zuccarello is stopped by Joseph Woll. His pass back for Nylander broken up, and out comes Faber along with Khusnutdinov. Khusnutdinov snaps that shot right on. Out of the box is Hartman, and they'll feed it ahead to him. 2 shots on the power play, but Hartman back to work, and he got a backhand on goal. He got a new stick. That last one betrayed him, but he works his way in, snaps a shot on goal, gets his own rebound. And the Leafs out of gas here as that one at the side of the net. Ekman-Larsson takes over. Holmberg trying to help out. Late along the boards and out. And Nylander has a clear-cut break. William Nylander off the post. Matthews and Nylander have both hit iron tonight.
Breakaway of the year, most of anybody. Just a great job at the end of a long shift. He's fresh coming out, and as you mentioned, one by Matthews in the first period. This one on the 1 foot just rips it up past.
As Matthews was knocked down in the goal mouth. Comes out in front again. Matt Boldy's got a break from his own blue line. Tanev trying to get back, and Boldy stopped. Rebound, and Wool down to take it away from Ekman-Larsson.
As he and Zuccarello were battling, now you know, not a whole lot in the tank for either guy. Good job, though, of not getting into the hands. You know, you get into the hands there, see how close it was. No chance at all. There was no... do things on his own terms, and I think everybody's loved it, haven't they, this year, the way he's handled himself.
Nylander had a post in the second period, does not have a...
The majority of his shifts are going up against Matthews and Marner, and those are awfully hard 25 minutes for a guy so young, and he's handled it beautifully. It's fun to watch him in the Four Nations.
Saw that pregame interview with Colby Armstrong. Scores! There's William Nylander, and the Leafs are on the board.
This is one that could have easily been done here on the dump-in. Instead, a quick look up and then a tape-to-tape pass as Nylander pointing. Okay, I'm just going to stay away from traffic until the last moment. And he gets in with stick on the ice. And
under a half minute to go, Minnesota gets a change defensively. Marner to Holmberg, who is checked at the line. Leafs are turned back. Marcus Foligno scores! And with 15 seconds to left, Foligno has iced it for the Wild.
And get the entry. Not a whole lot of options there. The puck bounces on Holmberg, but how about this effort? You got a fresh body coming off the bench, and Foligno, he gets inside on Nylander and just dives to make the play. You know, John Hines was really critical of his team not having that intensity and energy. Well, they followed it up with 2 solid games.
Road victory, their 30th overall. That matches the Maple Leafs, and Toronto loses its 3rd consecutive game as Gustavsson with a 31 save performance in a Minnesota victory tonight.